Welcome to a Trucker's Mind podcast. I'm Eddie McGee.
It's your boy K Fings.
We're back, man. Episode 206.
Yep.
All right. Before we get right into it, let's get into let's get into this ad read here. You know, it's just this new thing we got going on as of recent with clap cleats. You know, Keith's got the socks here chilling over here on the desk. As we mentioned before, these socks are specially engineered for sex. They are known as the world's first sex sock. You go ahead and put those things up. There you go.
As you can tell, I used them a little bit.
All right, a little worn down. The black ones are a little bit, they have some stains on them. I don't know where they came from. Keith brought the DNA stained socks to the fucking podcast this week. Yeah, but yeah, that's the deal there. These cleats are specially engineered for those pleasurable positions that we all enjoy, and they plant your feet firmly into the ground.
Yeah.
That is the purpose behind this sock. And if you are interested, right, and you want to show support for our brothers over there at Clap Cleats, and it also at the same time supporting us here at the podcast, head over to clapcleats.com and use Trucker69 for a 15% discount. Once again, go to clapcleats.com and use discount code Trucker69 for a 15% discount. Trust me, your husbands, your family, whoever will love them. And you can do this completely anonymous. Just tell them that a Trucker's Mind podcast sent you, and you and your wife can have the best doggy style you've ever had, ever. What's going on over there, Keith? What's going on?
You were clipping.
I was clipping?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's not good. I hope they didn't hear me with that. Was it doing it bad right now?
It wasn't bad, but it was clipping.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, you could be clipping that ass if you get clap cleats. Head on down. Thank you guys for the support. Let's get into the show. All right. First off, Mary J. Blige and Michael Jordan recently it was during All-Star Weekend, correct?
Yeah.
All-Star Weekend, Michael Jordan came down and they had the 75th anniversary, or what it was? Was it?
75th anniversary team.
Yeah, and Michael Jordan obviously was a part of that team, and there was a lot of people there at that game, and one of those people happened to be Mary J. Blige.
She performed with DJ Khaled.
Yeah, she performed up there. Mm-hmm. And they met...
my bad for jumping in there, but I think she performed the previous day. I don't think she performed that day, but she was probably just there watching. Yeah, well... Either way, he had seen her like almost mid-court or the side of the court, and they had an exchange. They talked a little bit. They embraced. But when they embraced, it looked as if Michael Jordan was like kind of palming her booty, right? And people was like saying like, oh, Michael Jordan's getting a little handsy with Mary J. Blige. Mm-hmm. And it just became a thing. People on the internet basically making a joke as if Michael Jordan is trying to put his hands where they didn't belong. First off, Michael Jordan was a little tipsy. You could tell he had been having some fun that day. Mm-hmm. And secondly, if he was grabbing booty, she was enjoying it because she was pulling him in closer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I seen that was a very, what do you call that? She had no problem with it. She was grabbing Michael Jordan. And not to mention, we're making a big deal out of this. But truth be told, they probably already fucked before. We don't know that. Everybody is here as a consenting adult. She did not look uncomfortable at all. Not to mention, Michael Jordan is arguably the best player to ever play the game. Mm-hmm. So if he's grabbing your booty, then and Michael Jordan's not a bad looking guy. So he's one of the best players ever, not a bad looking dude, and he's grabbing your booty. If woman likes it, then she probably hoped that he would have palmed it. Mm-hmm. Michael Jordan dunked a lot of basketballs. Mm-hmm. She wanted her booty to get dunked. He could have used her booty in the dunk contest. The whole thing is hilarious, though.
Yeah,
like, the way he just came up to her, and he kind of he kind of patted her a little bit. Yeah. Like, hey, Mary. And then her booty low-key was jiggling. Because his hand is so big that he just kind of like... Yeah. He did one of these, like, and then her booty is just gyrating.
I mean, it would have been a big deal if all of a sudden you see, like, Michael Jordan, like, get two fingers like this. You're like, come on, Mike.
He's start fingering her.
He's like, yeah, you put good game. Good game.
He was super tipsy because I think he had a flashback. Because, Mary J. Blige is... I wouldn't say she's not in her prime right now.
Right.
Not like
I'm not trying to be disrespectful to her, but like, you know, she was popping 2000s, 1990s, you know, that was like the peak of her career.
Oh yeah.
And obviously Michael Jordan was in the NBA and stuff like that.
Prime back
so
then.
he I felt like he had a flashback when she got up there and she was singing and stuff. And that's kind of what he was telling
when
her.
he was grabbing her booty. The song that came to my mind is like, all I really want is to be happy.
Yeah.
She was happy getting that booty grab.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan was grabbing that booty. She gonna come out with a new song like grabbing my booty like Michael Jordan. Hey, they showed a side by side with Tyrese and Michael Jordan, and on the Tyrese video, it showed Tyrese like acting like he was gonna grab her thigh, and she was like, don't do that, right? Mm-hmm. And I was thinking to myself like, yo, Mary J don't want Jody grabbing on her like that.
Yeah, of course.
Like
not.
He could grab Yvette like that, but she ain't trying to have Jody doing that.
Yeah. Not the nigga in Transformers. Not
It was hilarious too. Is it's two bald niggas, Michael Jordan and Tyrese, but only one of them is qualified to grab booty.
Yeah. That's funny.
Tyrese is not the best at anything. You know?
Dang, that's harsh.
It sucks to say that. Tyrese is talented. He can sing, but he ain't Michael Jordan.
Yeah, Michael Jordan is different.
Man, Michael Jordan is a different animal, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's just hilarious to me how many people have invested their time into being like, Michael Jordan's getting too handsy.
Yeah.
Like, you know. Like,
yeah, you got to you also have to let the woman say that. And
right.
I don't know. That's their relationship. Like you said, I think if she felt uncomfortable, she would have said something.
Yeah. So I'm starting to think of some of the songs she made was about Michael Jordan.
Man.
'Cause I can't sleep without you, baby.
Couldn't see me without you, babe. Yeah.
Yeah, who knows, man?
Yeah.
What's one of her most popular songs ever?
I don't want to be put on a spot, you know, for that one. I'm not the hugest Mary J. Blige fan.
Yeah, Mary J. Blige was the shit in the early 90s. Mm-hmm. and even going on. The one I think about, though, is the, I think it's called Be Happy. Can't remember, man. Mary J. is the shit, though. I'll give her that.
Yeah.
Mary J. is the business. And she, to be honest, even though she older, she thick, bro.
Yeah, she got a little... She got something back there for sure.
In the Super Bowl, she was thicker than peanut butter in the freezer.
The Super Bowl was just a preview. When she had that little one piece on at the All-Star game, I was like, dang.
I was like, dang, Mary. And Mary J is up there.
Mary J. thighs.
Mary J. thighs? Mary J. thighs. Wow. She's 51, man.
Dang, she's still a good.
Is she 51?
She has a new song called Good Morning, I think.
She got, let's see.
But I say that to say, like, it's a great song because it's like talking to herself, kind of pumping yourself up. Like when you get up, you got to tell yourself you're beautiful, got to tell yourself you're intelligent, got to tell yourself you're ready to take on the world. And I be playing that sometimes.
Yeah, what's Real Love? I think
Real Love, yeah.
Real Love. I'm searching for a real love, someone to set my heart free. Real. That's when Michael Jordan was grabbing her booty back in the day when he was with the Bulls. Hey, they should change the name of his documentary, Save the Last Grab. Oh, yeah. She got a couple.
Good Morning, Gorgeous. That's the song.
Oh, which one? That's the one you're talking about?
Yeah. So if anybody need like a little pick-me-up in the morning.
I think my favorite song ever that she made, but it was a collaboration with Method Man, was You're All
Yeah, that's a bop.
I need. That shit
to
was,
get by.
Some of the listeners, I wonder if they're old enough to remember their songs. Because you're just old enough, dude. You'll be 30 next month, so.
Yeah, a couple days.
That's a trip. Wait, you're the second, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. Mm-hmm. Well, by the time we come back, Keith will be 30 years old. So I want everybody to inbox Keith like some nudes or something.
Send me some nudes, you know what I mean? Some Cash App.
Yeah. There's some glasses. Sometimes he has a problem seeing at night.
Glasses, yeah. And just regular happy birthday texts would be good too.
Yeah, it'd be fine, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just send him a pair of clap cleats too. Matter of fact, to commemorate Keith's birthday, go to clapcleats.com, put in Truckers 69.
Yeah.
And then, tell him that a Truckers Mind podcast sent you, but also let him know it's Keith's birthday.
But also,
and you want Keith to use these clap cleats on you.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. Like, we have to use these clap cleats. Like, they just sitting here collecting dust. So for my birthday, I mean, just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just let me know if you want me to use them on you.
Wow. Wow. I wonder if that was really what porno sounded like back in the day. I think they did.
Oh, the little weird 70s, like, yeah. Yeah.
Can you imagine how like the pornos was back in like the 70s? They'd been there. Yeah, brother, jive turkey.
This some jive pussy, man.
I'm tired of the man keeping me down. They be hitting it from the back. I'm tired of segregation, brother.
I'm putting my dick in your soul.
I'm gonna make you come like a Black Panther. Oh man.
Crazy.
No, can you imagine what if it's like a threesome and it's like one girl and the two dudes and then they both hitting it and then they're like, that's right, soul brother. Oh man.
That's wild.
That back in the day, I bet you interracial porn was like a big deal back in those days.
Yeah.
That's probably weird. Like I wonder who the first black man was to do an interracial.
That's wild, because that is really history.
I'm about to look that up right now.
Yeah, let us know.
Let me see what I'm at. First black man to do interracial. This shit gonna be hilarious. Whoa, this shit goes back far. Hold on. Hold on. This shit gonna be hilarious. It's gonna be some dude with a fucking afro or something. I don't nah, let's see. Ethnic pornography is a genre of pornography, blah 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 blah. I don't need all that.
There should be a much easier
it was a
answer.
lesbian. It was a lesbian video. Lesbian games, anonymous lithograph, 2 white women and a black woman having fun on a sofa. Dang.
That's a wild combination.
That's wild, yo.
Yeah.
Wow. That's some stuff. The real reason female porn don't. Wow, this is nuts. Anyways, went off on a tangent there. But yeah, shout out to Mary J. Blige, man.
Yeah, shout out to our cakes too.
Yeah, that's nuts, man. That's nuts. I feel bad sometimes. And you know what I noticed too, just in general, older women will say things to you that is like very like perverted or like very sexually aggressive, and then you don't think nothing about it. Like, has an older woman ever told you, like, if I was 23 years younger, the things I'd do to you? You'd be like, yo.
That has never
Never
happened to me.
Yeah,
but older women for sure be like very honest. Like, I can remember once I was in the gym and I was just working out and just regular. Like, I had, it wasn't like I was in there with no tight t-shirt on or whatever. I just had my headphones on and the lady, she was just like, you sure are handsome. And I was just like, oh dang, like, thank you. You don't even know what to say. But yeah, I think the older women, they just know what they want, I guess.
If I was 20 years younger, I'd fog your glasses in. I wonder, like, old people be having different conversations about sex. They'd be like, I remember back in the day when anal came out.
If I still had a wop, I'd put it right on you.
Yeah, it's like back in the day when they didn't call it anal, they called it doing the butt. He was doing the butt back then.
That's wild.
But before we couldn't do anal, we had to march.
Dang.
They stand out there with signs. Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Switching gears. The pregnant woman on Tinder. There is an article. I will read it out and let you guys determine what you feel about it. Where the hell is it at? Son of a bitch. See, this is what I hate about these articles, man.
Bro, I told you to save the links to your
I
thing.
know, man. I don't know what the fuck. Let me see here. Pregnant woman on Tinder. Oh, no. I sent the article to you. So it should be in the feed also. Bam. There we go. Now we're talking. Man of the Year helps pregnant Tinder date in labor.
And the Man of the Year. That's ridiculous.
Get the fuck out of here. Simp of the Year. The birth bonded us. The labor of love was quite literal and came much sooner than expected. When 20-year-old Alyssa Hodges and 25-year-old Max Sylvie matched on Tinder, Hodges was upfront about the fact that she was pregnant, but neither expected Sylvie to help her with the birth on the fourth date. So on the fourth date, she gave birth.
That's wild. Oh my God. To be on a date with like a pregnant girl is crazy.
Yeah, she's having contractions and shit.
How's
your day going? All right.
You seeing the baby feet kicking?
Oh, that's nuts, man.
That's wild.
Yeah. I was about 6.5 months pregnant when I went on Tinder. Fuck. Your priorities in order. And I clearly stated that on my bio. Hodges in Brisbane, Australia resident told Kennedy News, I don't want to lead anyone on. So I was being open and honest. I wanted them to know what they were getting into right off the bat. Apparently they've getting into some pregnant pussy. Usually such a disclaimer will turn Sylvie off, but he immediately fancied Hodges despite it. There was something that caught my eye about Alyssa. Normally I wouldn't swipe right on a pregnant girl, but there was something about her, said the civil servant. That the pair hit it off, but Sylvie had to travel frequently for work soon after they met. So they only gone on 3 dates. When the fourth came up, Hodges was supposed to pick up Sylvie from the airport, but he ended up needing to meet her in the hospital, as that day ended up being the one where her water broke. Yo, bro.
That's wild.
Let me say this, and this is for women and men out there. Fellas, if you don't have any kids, right, it doesn't mean there's a problem with any woman that has a child. It's not a problem at all. We're all at the age where most people have kids.
Yeah.
But don't date pregnant ones. That's crazy.
That's really wild.
You were on a date with men from Tinder and you're 6 months pregnant? Where are your priorities? What the fuck?
Looking for a daddy. That's what she's doing.
I don't know what. Look, that's just a fucked up decision. Like, you are better off just focusing on your child. Go get a vibrator or something and just go sit down somewhere, man. That's fucking weird. You were on a dating platform and the guy that got you pregnant is nowhere to be found. Mm-hmm. Yo, that's so fucking wild. And then the guy, like, don't do this, dude. Don't do this. That's not okay. That's another man's responsibility. Let them figure that out. That's just too much. Imagine this. Here's the fucked up thing. Imagine you're there for the birth of the child, all of that. You love her. She loves you. All of a sudden, boom. She goes back to the motherfucker that she had the kid by.
Yeah. She's young. She's
20 years old. She doesn't know what the fuck she's doing.
Yeah.
That's so strange, man. That's so strange. And the codependency is the scariest thing about it. How can you be a pregnant woman, but you are so codependent that you go to Tinder while you're pregnant?
Looking for a daddy.
That's fucking nuts.
Right. Yeah, that's wild. That's a. I think that in some scenario that they could be the perfect people for one another, but like you said, the codependency is a very scary thing. Somebody that feels like they need to start an entirely new relationship while
pregnant.
They're still pregnant and like very pregnant.
Very pregnant.
Yeah.
You're like having contractions and shit. And I mean, it's a questionable thing for me for a man to look at. When I look at a pregnant woman, I look at a woman that, like, you know, maybe she might need my help. And, you know, I may have to, if maybe she might drop something, I can help her pick it up, or she might need help with groceries or something. But I never look at a this is going to sound crazy, but I'll just say it. I've never looked at a pregnant woman and said, man, I sure would hit that. I never looked at a pregnant woman with a big pregnant stomach and said, man, I sure could go for some pregnant pee. I'd love to be pushing pee with that.
That's wild.
That pregnant woman is definitely pushing pee. No, that's weird, man. I don't think that's okay. But, you know, maybe that's just me. But
I wonder what the dates were. Like, you going to a restaurant with the girl? I guess to most people on the outside looking in, it just looked like it's his pregnant girlfriend, but
she's 20 years old, bro. 20 years old. The only thing I think she was looking for on Tinder is dick. If we're being honest, most of these websites, these dating sites, are not for anything else. They're just for hooking up. Like, if we're being honest, the interactions.
She probably met her baby daddy on Tinder.
Yeah, she probably met her baby's daddy on Tinder. got her pregnant, and she's like, oh, I still deserve love. Or maybe she doesn't. Maybe she wasn't looking for that at all. Maybe she just wanted some dick.
Yeah.
She's a human being. I get the sexual urge, but fuck, you're fucking pregnant. It's not the best time to be meeting strange men on Tinder.
I think above all, the thing that I see is that when you're not with the father of your child anymore, I think you should just take some time to work on yourself.
Yes, take some time to yourself.
Especially when you know you only had sex with him 6 months ago.
Right. So 6 months ago, this guy was shooting his loads off, got you pregnant, and now I'm taking you on dates and helping you with the labor?
Yeah.
That is wild. And I think it's weird. There was literally, I seen a video and some girl was like, yeah, dating while you're pregnant is pretty difficult, but it's not impossible. And I'm thinking like, yo,
this is a conversation.
Why is this a fucking conversation?
Dating while pregnant.
And the girl in the video too, she says, dating while pregnant is difficult because I have really high standards. Oh, really? You got high standards? The same girl that's got a fucking stomach sticking out? Looking for love from another man, and the dude that got you pregnant fucking ran off? The dude that you was with, evidently your standards wasn't too high because he ain't in the picture no more.
Yes.
That's fucking nuts. Mm-hmm. People need to stop. People need to. Okay, here's another one. Let's get off the women here. Imagine if a woman is dating a guy, he seems decent, but then he tells you, yeah, I got a baby on the way. I think a woman would be a little bit apprehensive. She'd be like, yo, if you got a baby on the way, why the fuck are you on a date with me?
But I think I would say like we're probably in the minority in these situations. But if the girl really liked him or was even attracted to him, she probably wouldn't care. In that situation, she might be more mad at the lie than the actual child.
Because at the end of the day, we're not walking around pregnant.
Yeah.
So since we're not walking around pregnant, we don't have, something, But I think a woman with value, a woman that truly has, if she just wants to fuck you, then she's not going to care if you have a kid. She just wants some dick anyways. Mm-hmm. But if it's a woman that actually has real morals and values, and she see that you got a girl that's pregnant, she's like, I'm not trying to talk to this motherfucker.
Yeah. So, and a lot of people, some people have, standards, for lack of a better term. Mm-hmm. And if they're seriously, looking at dating somebody, then they're going to want certain things. Like he needs to have no children or whatever. And they have the right to do that.
Yes, they do.
You know what I mean?
Women have the right to have standards, and so do men. Yeah. Like I just said, fellas, if you're single, no kids, stay away from pregnant women. I mean, is that a controversial statement?
Yeah.
Like, how's that? That's not like, if she's pregnant, leave her alone.
Guys, also, there's a lot of dudes hiding children out here. And it's not for the world to know that you have a child, but, it'd be people like hiding children from like people they're actually dating.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild. And it's the amount of codependency and immaturity that, and the saddest thing to me is that a child's coming into this world under these circumstances. Mm-hmm. I've seen pregnant women. This is why I really got out of the club scene. I've seen pregnant women in the club, pregnant with a beer in their hand on the dance floor.
I've seen pregnant women at parties before.
I was like, what the fuck are you doing here? Mm-hmm. You should be at home watching Netflix or something.
Ain't your feet swollen?
Yeah, ain't your fucking feet swelling up? I've seen pregnant women smoking cigarettes, yo.
Oh, my gosh.
I've seen pregnant women smoking cigarettes. I'm just like, fuck. You going to be somebody's mom? Jeez.
That's terrible.
Yeah, man. What the fuck? And you'll see a dude, he got a baby on the way, and you'll be like, oh, yeah, I ain't got no job right now, man. I'm just chilling. The fuck you mean you just chilling, motherfucker? You got a baby on the way, you dipshit. Get a fucking job, man.
Yo, people be so casual about like real life stuff.
Like, bro,
I'm just working on myself right now. Like,
yeah,
nigga, you got a child.
Yeah,
that didn't ask to be here.
You got twins on the way, motherfucker.
I'm just working on myself.
Just working on my rap career, just skateboarding. Like, dude, why are you
smoking weed every day?
Why are you 35 with a skateboard and no job? What the fuck are you doing? God, man,
it's so funny, man. Like I think the beautiful thing about life, to me, is like maturation.
Right.
Like seeing somebody come from one place to another. I think that one of the cool things for me is like watching my younger siblings kind of mature, or like grow into themselves. So
Right.
And they like I've been kind of like having conversations here and there about stuff they want to do, and just seeing like they're both younger, 21 and 25. Just seeing like my younger brother was just telling me about like him getting off of social media for a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, and just how there's just no value in it, especially if you're not there promoting something, just like, you're primarily there to just talk to women and whatnot. And then my younger sister, she was just talking about like seeking therapy and stuff like that. So I'm like, dang, this is like, it's just really cool to see, people that, some of the stuff that I probably wouldn't have even figured out at that age, but they're like kind of coming into their own and kind of getting a head start on some of the stuff that I am only now, discovering. So,
yeah. I'm glad a lot of younger people are, getting a whole, getting a face full of what's going on, whether it's the social media or whatever. Yeah, I think the best thing too is, especially because they're both young, or with your brother more specifically, because I chatted it up with him real quick before he got off of it. I just told him, man, I love you, man. Just, whatever you got to do, just do you. But I think ultimately too, when you're getting older, it's important to look at your life where it is and decide like, yo, is this adding any value to my life? Yeah. If it's not, you got to get away from it. It's not, all it's doing is just keeping you up to date on other people who probably are not doing what they want to do.
Yeah.
It's like, you got to get off that shit.
And I think it's a trap too for our lustful nature. You know what
Very.
I mean? So you be on there, and even the girl that you may want to smash, you constantly looking at her stories, and looking at stuff she's posting and stuff, and then you realize like that, like I have a 30-minute limit on my thing that I generally be going over just because I'd be bored sometimes. But I'm starting to get back into the habit of like making that a mark. But you realize that hour that you spend on there every day, or hour and a half. If you're not running a business, that you could be doing something, you could be in the gym, you could be reading a book, listening to an audio book, spending time, like being present with actual people, so yeah.
100%. We kind of jogged off the topic, but in regards to these dating apps, it's not the fact that she's just pregnant, which is problematic in itself. This, the dating apps in general, is something that we got to get off. Keith have been off of them for years, and it's not a real place to meet people. The conversations and all, it's just we're communicating through a app, not in person. That's the thing that's weird. And we literally, the way we meet people is like pulling up to a drive-through window, man.
Yeah,
you pulling up the Wendy's to get that 4 for $4. It's the same shit. It's not personal. It's not personal like you're making a meal at home yourself. You're driving up to a window, getting your food and leaving. That's the same way it is with dating. Most people, I'm going to keep it 100. Most people are hooking up. They are not getting in relationships. People say, oh, that's not true. I don't hook up. You're a liar. If you are on dating sites, you are not getting in relationships with every dude that you go on dates with. And somebody's hitting it. Somebody.
Yeah.
If I know that, like, if anybody is active on any dating sites, they fuck some people for sure. They definitely
Even if you're ugly.
Yeah, even if you're looking crazy, you getting some pussy. Or vice versa. Can you imagine just two really ugly people having sex? They'd be in there like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah. It's, but both of those people are pretty young, so I actually hope that thing is real. I hope that actually is. That relationship thrives, but primarily for the kid, because you need a family dynamic and or a father figure in your life. So hopefully that works out.
Yeah, I hope that she respects him, because he's the prize in that situation.
Oh, for sure, to put up with that.
Yeah, you gave birth on a date. I met you 6 months pregnant. I stuck around. I was the father when the dude that busted up in you left and ran off. I'm telling you right now, she better respect this dude.
Yeah.
This is the biggest issue I have with him, though. This is why you should not be getting involved with women like this, because if you grow to love that child and she does something like cheats on you or does something underhanded, you have such a strong bond with that child now that it's hard for you to break away. I've seen episodes of like Maury where a dude
thought the kid was his. The kid's like 5 years old now, and then he was just like heartbroken. He's like, man, I'm still always gonna be there for him. And it's like, honestly, bro, like if you wanted to leave and never come back around, that would be okay too. I'm just keeping it 100. I know the kid's 5 and you love him to death, and but it's kind of fucked up how you were left in the dark. You know what I mean? You got left in the dark, and she was like, I know without a shadow of a doubt, it's your baby. It is yours. And then he find out it's not his. Yeah. The worst one I ever seen, dog, on Maury was this white guy. He was a really nice dude, man. He's really kind, really he wanted to be the father of this child. He said, I just want the child to be mine. I had some doubts because she cheated on me a few times. And then they showed the baby, and the baby was black. I'm like, no shit, motherfucker. That kid is black. I'm like, Jesus Christ. The kid
have recessive genes, man.
Yeah, I know, but the kid was wearing a Black History Month shirt, man. The kid was wearing a fucking dashiki, dude. What's those African colored caps? It's not a kufi. What is it?
Oh yeah, that's like the what the Muslims wear. Yeah, 5%ers and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, dude. And once they showed the baby, everybody was like, "Oh!"
I can't believe he sat through that.
Oh my god! And he was seriously like, "I love him to death, and I just want him to be mine."
Nah, that's wild.
I seen an episode. It was I don't think it wasn't Judge Judy, but it was another judge. And they did a paternity test in there, and the dude was like, "Yeah," he's like, "We doing the test, but like, I'm pretty sure my kid is mine for sure." It's like he was lying to himself, and then they said, "Unfortunately, Mr. Roberts, this kid is not yours." And the dude was just crying, like,
really?
Oh man, his soul just was just gone.
Yeah, we should run that into the TikTok conversation.
What's that?
About the checking people's phones and stuff.
We'll run that into the next conversation, like once we transition from this.
That's what I was saying, but just on the back of this, because it's like,
yeah,
it kind of flows together.
Yeah, it does. Damn, that's really unfortunate. Yeah, folks, but I'll close this by saying this, dude. Let's stop making things normal. Let's stop normalizing everything, because some things just are not normal. It's not normal to be 6 to 8 months pregnant while being on a dating site. Yeah. It's not normal to be a single man seeking pregnant women. That's not normal. I'm sorry. Let that pregnant woman be. If it doesn't involve you helping her move her groceries or, picking something up off the ground that fell on the ground, you need to leave her alone. That's weird. You're maneuvering around a pregnant. The only time you should be having sex with a pregnant woman is if it's your wife or girlfriend. That's it. That is it. Jeez Louise.
That definitely is true. But there's a such thing as just a spark. Like, they may have just met each other and it was just something magical about their meeting, I guess.
I don't know, man. This guy must be rubbing her belly while they have sex.
I couldn't imagine another man's child in someone's stomach.
That's too much. I bet you this guy really thinks he's like really having good sex, but she's just having contractions. She's like, ha, ha, ha. He's like, yeah, you like that? Oh, a whole baby come out. He's no her water break. He's like, oh, you're a squirter, huh? Oh man.
She's like, oh, my rib. And he just think he got a big old dick.
But the baby is
kicking her.
The baby in there like, I wish this nigga would stop putting dick in my mom, yo. Oh, crazy. Man. Baby in there getting woke up by the dude and shit.
Yeah, he trying to sleep.
He's like, who is this nigga wearing clap cleats?
Oh man, that's crazy,
bro. That's bad. There was one situation, I could be wrong, but I think that there was this woman that was having sex with multiple dudes, and I guess both of their sperm had it was like, I think she had twins or something, and one of them was black or some shit.
Really?
Yeah.
This is real?
This is real. I think it was on HBO. I seen it. I was like, geez, how do you do that?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
How the fuck?
Because I think there's identical twins and and I'm just a regular nigga out here. I ain't no scientist.
Yeah.
But there's identical twins, and then there's fraternal twins. I think fraternal means that there were like 2 eggs that dropped, if I'm not mistaken. And then the identical means the egg like split or something like that. So,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking it up right now.
That's wild.
Black and white twins meet and sister who couldn't. Holy shit. Black and white twins meet the sisters who couldn't look. This is wild. Like one is straight white and one is black. Black and white twins meet the sisters who couldn't look more different if they tried. One sister. Okay, I'm trying to see what happened. Curly hair, dark. Born in 1997. Classmates telling them apart. Blah, blah, blah. Their mom, Donna, is half Jamaican while father, Vince, is white. What the fuck? They heard twins could never beget. Wow, what the fuck? Oh, wow. I don't know what happened there. But I know this one chick was having sex with multiple dudes and then fucking got pregnant.
The TikTok is this is making me think about different scenarios and stories that I'd be seeing on TikTok. Mm-hmm. The one that was super weird to me was the couple that supposedly, I don't know if it's real because TikTok, they just be lying a lot, but the couple that were like half siblings and they were dating. Remember I sent you that?
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah, I guess they were like, we didn't grow up together and we just kind of fell in love with each other. And yeah, I was like, what? That's weird.
To make a long story short, he's like, look, I know this is my sister, but the pussy is good.
That's basically what he said.
That's
so their kids come out with 3 eyes and
yeah,
like, maybe
it's like, oh shit,
yeah,
what is that? Is that a catfish? No, that's my son.
He's so beautiful.
Yeah, you know what? I hate to say this. This is gonna be people are gonna get so mad, but there is a such thing as ugly babies, bro.
Oh, for sure,
that's a real thing.
Yeah, that's a big fear of mine.
Yeah,
ugly baby.
Baby come out looking like Jeff Bezos. Like fuck. Get this little fucking Amazon.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Baby come out looking like Forrest Whitaker.
Oh dude, some babies come out and they like a bunch of snot. They like, like oh shit.
The snotty baby is the worst.
It's like, look, honestly, there are ugly people, and there are funny looking people, and then there are attractive people. And real, the same thing exists with babies. Mm-hmm. Some people are ugly babies that turn into very handsome or attractive people.
Yeah.
And there are very attractive, good-looking kids that turn into ugly people.
Yeah.
So realistically, that's the case. Mm-hmm. But for some reason, everybody think their baby is cute. And I'm not here to make fun or fun of a child. That's not my thing. But I do know ugly babies exist.
But everybody, that's what I hate. The baby could be fresh out the womb, and it's just like, oh my gosh, the most beautiful thing I've ever laid eyes on. It's just like they haven't even really developed.
No,
all babies come out looking low key the same.
All babies come out looking default. There's nothing.
That's facts.
Yeah.
Default babies.
Babies
you got to give it like
same.
2-3 weeks till they really start, the eye colors start to settle in. Their skin tones start to, they're not as red anymore and stuff like that. Yeah.
Babies come out looking exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, what? Yeah, some babies come out with a cone head. You be like, fuck.
Yeah, they get their head shaped.
Yeah, I hope this baby's head. So I think if I had a baby and my baby came out with a cone head like that, I would just go to get a new Air baseball cap to try to round it out. Like, yeah, you're going to have to play baseball because I'm putting this fucking, I'm on the 7 3/4 on that shit. Some babies have massive heads.
Yeah.
You'd be like, God damn. Mm-hmm. Hopefully he grows into it. And then they do. Kids, they'll have huge ears as little kids and shit. And they get older and they grow into it.
Yeah.
You're like, wow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're like, I never thought you was going to grow into those ears.
That's so funny. Like, just kind of thinking about how we just mature. Like somebody could be even our body types. There's sometimes like kids that be really chubby kids and then they just stretch out and be skinny and whatnot.
Yeah. It's some people though, the whole time I've known them, they've been fat the whole time.
Just straight out the womb.
Like, bro, you came out the womb with Papa John's in your hand. Baby come out, better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. You're like, damn, man, you endorsing Papa John's already? You just came out of fucking Current Medical Center, dude. What the fuck?
That baby was like default, but a little extra on there.
You said default, but a little extra?
Yeah, it's just a little extra fat on there.
Baby came out like a stuffed crust pizza.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's gonna probably be some people, some moms like, oh my God, I can't believe they're making fun of children. It's satire, folks. It's satire.
I also don't have kids, so
we
I
both
can make
don't.
fun of them until I do.
Yeah, I'm gonna get all defensive. You making fun of my baby? And I'm gonna look at him like, yeah, that nigga is ugly.
But I genuinely be thinking about that sometimes. Like, dang, there's a possibility that I can have an ugly child.
Yeah, totally. Totally. Kid come out, one eye big, other one little. You be like, is his eye gonna catch up with the other one? The doctor will be like, possibly. And they give you some diagnosis. He has xylochronitis. He's chronic usiosis, and there's a chance that eye might never get back to the proper.
It might never catch up.
It might never catch up to the other eye. Doctors will tell you some shit. Doctors always give you the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
They'll be like, you might want to get that eye checked out. You could die about that. You're like, what the fuck? You already gave me a death sentence, man? You might want to get your finger checked out. You might have to amputate it. You're like, bro, I just have a sore thumb, man.
I just dislocated.
Just dislocated my thumb, man. You got to cut it off, motherfucker. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be bad. But yeah, there's that. All right, switching gears. Should you look through your partner's phone? And first of all, what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to advocate for anybody looking through anyone's phone. What I will say, though, is there are things that are going on in that phone that you would never know. And I seen a TikTok of this guy, and he said that he just had some suspicions after a while of his girlfriend doing some stuff. And he mentioned it. She says, no, I'm not stepping out on you. I'm not doing anything. She's like, I swear on my sister. She swore on her sister who had special needs. And then she swore on her grandmother who passed away. She swore on her grandmother's grave. And then one day he said he just happened to look through her phone and he seen her cheating all over her phone. And he was like, man, he was advocating. He said, I don't care what they say. You need to check their phone. That's where all the answers is. And I thought to myself, like, here's the thing. I think when you have enough emotional intelligence and you know yourself well enough, it shouldn't take you having to look through a phone before you can determine something ain't right. Right? Mm-hmm. But I think that when you are if you're so love drunk, like I think people can get drunk off love or the idea of love to where their judgment is clouded. Mm-hmm. And they miss things that are right in their face. So it gets to the point for them where they're looking through a phone. And at that point, you're just breaking your own heart. You're going to see some things in that phone that you probably never thought you would see. Mm-hmm. And that's the unfortunate thing. And there's going to be sometimes there's going to be shit in there and you'll be like, what the fuck? Now, I'll say this. I don't check women's phone, but a long time ago I did. And there was one occasion where the young lady told me, like, oh, go ahead and do the software update on my phone. Don't look through my phone, though. Just do the software update. And I was like, okay. And something told me to look through the phone anyways. And mm-hmm. I had no business doing that. But I did. And when I looked in there, I seen she was texting her ex-boyfriend. Mm-hmm. And at that moment, like, she had a app on her phone called Chomped. And Chomped was like, it would have like X amount of messages per person that got sent. Like you could see certain information in that app. And I was at the top. She was texting me a lot. And then I look and then it was her ex-boyfriend. I remember her mentioning his name. Yeah. I see his name in there and they were like arguing. And I'm just like, oh my God.
He was in second place.
Nah, he was down there. Mm-hmm. I was at the top. So I guess in that moment I was like, you know what? I'm not going to say anything. It is what it is.
How serious were you guys?
We weren't super serious, but it was getting pretty. It was getting there.
Getting to the nitty gritty.
Yeah. And the thing about it though, is later on that became an issue. But truth be told, like at that moment, it would have been more important to evaluate the situation and say, look, I don't really want to be a part of this. Yeah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But you shouldn't be looking through a phone. Yeah. But it's unfortunate because our lives are on our phone. Yeah. 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 And there is a whole world that exists inside your phone. Mm-hmm. I've seen too much shit inside of phones. I've seen, the way married women have conducted themselves. I've seen the way that women in relationships,
like on the receiving end of.
Yes, I've been on the receiving end of like, so Eddie, do you like my ass? And I'm like, oh my God, aren't you married?
Yeah.
You know, I didn't say that at the moment. I was just like, oh yeah, you got a nice ass.
What do you think? Like, what is the cutoff for like I guess a communication with a person in a relationship? Like, what are some of like the rules and standards of like communicating with someone in a relationship? Like more so like an Instagram thing, I guess.
What, an ex?
No, like so for me, like I don't be like flirting with like women in relationships or anything like that. Right. But I'm saying, like I know there are people that I communicate with that are like in relationships on, and it's not even like in a like a flirtatious or like there's not anything there. But I do like see sometimes like a girl could be like responding to something I said on their story and it'd be like 12:30 a.m. or something like that, or sending like extensive messages, and we could be communicating about like something that's like the Ukraine and Russia or something.
But the tone of it could still be bad. Meaning, like if you're doing anything to compromise the relationship that you have, it's a little disrespectful. Just personally, if it's fucking 2 a.m, if me and you are having a conversation about Ukraine and it's strictly Ukraine and it ain't no undertone or nothing, I don't have a problem with that. And if, let's say, my lady was sitting right there, I wouldn't have no problem showing her. I wouldn't give a fuck. You know? And I feel like it's important to be honest. If it's, let's say it's 2, 3 a.m. and you're chilling with your girlfriend and you get a text out of nowhere like, hey, are you up? We need to hang out. You could just text her like, hey, I have a girlfriend now. You know? And if your girl is like, who was that? I'll be like, honestly, it's this girl about 7 months ago we used to fuck. I would tell her straight up. I would, because what you do is by being honest with the person you're with, even if it makes her mad, now you put her in a position. Yeah. Because you've led in such a way that she's like, fuck.
Like she would have to do the same.
Yeah, because I guarantee you, I don't give a fuck who it is. I guarantee you got somebody that you used to fuck in your phone. I guarantee it.
Yeah, I mean, guys be trying to double back too. So they for sure gonna hit you with the hey big head.
Oh man.
Some emoji. Maybe an eggplant emoji. That's what I do. If I ain't talked to you in 6 months, I just send an eggplant emoji. see what's going on.
The eggplant is basically like the bat signal. Oh man, no, this would be crazy. Like, imagine like you haven't talked to your chick in a long time. You're like, you single, whatever. But then like she could post something simple like, just made some new designs for the kids at school, and then you just use an eggplant emoji.
Sometimes if you have like that type of relationship, it's just like you could be extremely aggressive in that way.
You could tell when a woman has grown if you do something in that nature. Like like let's say for example, you don't know if she's in a relationship or not, and then you send like, it'll be like you use like a peach emoji in the inbox or whatever, and then she completely just ignores the fuck out of it. Yeah. Like she completely ignores it, and then she might have a picture with the guy, or she'll post like her up relationships. That I respect that. Yeah, I respect that, because you're not giving me you're not even giving me
not even entertaining it. That's the best thing. I
respect
you could do.
that. I respect women,
or not even just read it at all.
Yeah, exactly. I respect women who really respect their relationships. You know what I'm saying? If I shoot my shot with you, even if me and the girl used to fool around, and then I send her something and she just shoots it down.
You gotta respect it.
You better respect it.
Yeah, that's real.
I respect that more than a woman that's basically letting me feel like I can still get some pussy.
But don't give me an inch though. Huh? I said don't give me an inch though.
Yeah, that's
right.
Because
you know, like if a girl's in a relationship and you like, you know, you start talking about the Ukraine and Russian war, and then you know, start talking about something completely different, and you entertaining that conversation too.
It usually jumped to something way left. If you're talking about Ukraine, you'd be like, "Dang, it's terrible over there. I wonder how them people having sex."
You stupid. That was crazy. That's how it be.
Yeah, it'd be like, you give me an inch, I'll give you multiple inches.
That's how it be, man. That's like like there's an era for that, like an age group, maybe like 21 to 25, somewhere in there, where like I know, at least for me, like I would always try to sneak like the sexual innuendo. I couldn't wait, or I couldn't resist like the sexual innuendos. Now I can just talk to somebody. But back in the day, it used to be like I would always look for the moment to sneak something sexual in there. Because I honestly, I guess my goal was always to just have sex anyway. So I'm wondering, like, when is this? If it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, or do you want it to happen?
Right.
Yeah, that's wild.
They'd be like, Vladimir Putin is just going crazy over there. I think he might be sexually frustrated. I be feeling like that sometimes too. You know what I'm saying? And they'll be like, yes, that's for real.
Me and Vladimir Putin got one thing in common. We both got big dick energy.
Oh man. Oh, Vladimir Putin be like, oh, they get the pussy every day. I need to I will invade pussy like I do Ukraine. Yeah, Putin is out of line. Yeah, hopefully we don't have any Ukrainian listeners. Sorry about that.
But I know, back to, I mean, as far as the topic goes, I definitely have looked through a phone, but it was more so like when I seen something, like I seen something may have like flashed across my face, you know, when she was showing me her phone or something like that, and then like I just kind of took it upon myself to do like further research. But I think it made me feel really bad, and it felt like I was like kind of like invading someone's privacy.
100%.
So that was like one time and one time only. But I do think there's a certain like you were mentioning before when you said like, hey, such and such text me, I used to fool around with her, and you know, that's pretty much the end of it. Like, you kind of create that open space in your relationship where you could communicate those things. Like if an ex messages you or texts you, or old fling or whatever texts you, like we just had that open line of communication. But then even then there's like even having a certain level of freedom to have like passwords and stuff like that, like the password to your phone or whatever. And not even that you'll be using it, but just to know that you have it. It kind of creates a certain level of communication or a certain dynamic that, you know, creates trust in a relationship.
The most wild video I seen is this dude took his girl's phone and he took off running. She's like, give me back my phone. Give me back my phone. Oh my God, give me my phone. And then she like ran outside with like a robe on, and she was about to like be naked, and she's chasing him. He's like, yo, what the hell is wrong with you? What's in this phone? What's in the phone? So then he like get in the car and like he's like closes the door, and she's like, oh my God, give me my phone back. Give me my phone. And it's just like, damn,
you're doing too much.
I think some people, a medium for them, I'm just being honest. People who cheat or hide shit on their phone, I think that there is a healthy medium for them, meaning they get the benefits of a relationship, meaning the love and, you know, the attention that they get and the companionship from a relationship, but they want the dick outside of it. I'm talking about from women, or for men, they want the same thing except with a woman. And it's not okay. And these same people are infiltrating relationships. Yeah, that's the problem, man.
I think if you're not disciplined, you don't even deserve to be loved.
Nah, you don't.
I think a relationship is a privilege in a sense, and you need to kind of you need to structure your life to be ready and accepting of that. If you just out here like, because what happens oftentimes is, like, great people get cheated on.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's somebody out there that's like holding the house down, in terms of a woman holding the house down, taking care of the children or whatever, and you out here like, you know, cheating on her, and vice versa. If a guy is working 14-hour days and you know, 6 days a week or something like that, and you out here stepping out on him.
And I'm sure there's gonna be some, you know, like, for some reason, cheating has been made into like a male thing. That needs to stop.
Yeah.
That needs to stop. Stop that. There's probably some women like, that's right, these men are cheating, and it's not right. But excuse me, I'm pretty sure the same women saying that was out getting some dick behind one of their ex-boyfriend's back.
That's annoying. The same person that will, even if it wasn't like cheating or emotionally cheating or talking to somebody or micro cheating, whatever, those would be the same people that have opinions about like these strong opinions about men's. Like when I think about men, when I think about cheating, there's a man's face right here.
Yeah, it's like, come on. Here's the thing. This is the reason why you got to stop having the stigma that males are just cheaters and women are loyal and they don't really cheat. First of all, a man who is cheating oftentimes is cheating with a woman, not another man, which means that woman a lot of times is in a relationship herself. Mm-hmm. So she's cheating on someone. Cheating is a people problem, not a man problem.
Yeah, that's facts.
And women talk about a woman's intuition like we just know like when something's wrong. So then why don't you know about those married men that you've been fucking for a while? Yeah. You know how many and trust me, there's a lot of men that I've known that be having like younger, it'd be like 25, 24-year-old chicks that's fucking married men.
Yeah.
They have no problem going over this man's house, seeing pictures of his family and going right into that room and getting clapped.
Getting clapped.
I didn't. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know very well that it was this one chick. Like, you know what? Like, I'm done. Like, you know, I've messed with a few married men. I'm like, why are you even talking about this publicly?
I know there was one girl I was talking to, and she was basically like I was trying to get at her, and she had a boyfriend, and she basically told me like she said that she don't cheat anymore. I was just like, oh, that was a thing back in the day, but you kind of matured, so you're not cheating anymore. I'm just like, damn, that's crazy.
I think that some people really need to think before they say stuff. There was no reason. There's no reason. Sometimes you just got to stop explaining yourself. Just be a piece of shit in private. Oh man,
that's a wild.
You know, but truth be told, people can change. Men can change. Women can change.
Yeah.
And I think that if they've made it a point to themselves, where they're like, you know, I've been a cheater, I'm not doing this no more. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna ruin. You know, I'm not gonna ruin the relationship by running around and doing this. Mm-hmm. I respect that. Mm-hmm. You know, I know some chicks back in the day that used to run around, but they are mothers now. They're wives now. Yeah. You know, and they should be respected as such. Like we talked about this. This is kind of off topic, but the whole you can't turn a hoe into a housewife thing, that's a fucking lie. Mm-hmm. You know how many dudes was players and how many women was hoeing it up and now they're moms and dads?
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
So it's like, honestly, when it come down to the whole the hoe into a housewife thing, I mean, shit, a lot of people had hoe phases.
That's real. I think
most women had hoe phases.
I think I would be a great husband one day, but I definitely had a hoe phase like when I was in college.
Yeah, you was making up any reason to try to get in some guts.
Yeah. Dang, I'm tired. Let me get in some guts. Dang, I just failed that test. Let me get in some guts.
Like, man, it ain't right what Putin is doing. It ain't right what he's doing. You know? It just make me think about sex for some reason.
Bro, that's a real thing. Dog.
Yeah, just trying to find any way to talk about sex.
I wonder how they having sex out there. That's wild, man.
I bet you. I think that the whole sexual tension thing was probably at its all time worst during COVID. Like I'm talking about when COVID was really the business.
Yeah.
Like when it was right when it first started and everybody was in the house scared. Mm-hmm. I guarantee you it was some people that was super sexually frustrated.
Was you getting it in during COVID?
Not too much.
Not too much.
Not too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have the juice like that. I was at work a lot, and
yeah, you
know, some of these girls they stuck to the 4 niggas they was having sex
with. Yeah.
I hadn't made it into the top 5.
That's funny.
Yeah, people like, I don't get how people could be hanging out. That's so nasty. That's so disgusting. I seen it. This one chick said, "Sex is just gross. I don't. Right at this point, I just don't want to be around any men right now." And then she got pregnant like 4 months later.
Are you serious?
I'm just like, will you just shut the fuck up?
She was getting smacked while she was saying that statement.
Yeah. Some people, I think some people, and this is not limited to women, but there are some people that project so badly that they want you to believe like the contrary to what they really are. Mm-hmm. And they try to convince people on social media of this.
Yeah. I just want people to be honest about their hypocrisy. Like
they're not going to.
Yeah, it's because that person probably never redacted that statement.
No, I don't even need you to be honest. I just want you to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's real.
Like, cause I don't have a right to judge your life, but if you put everything out on the table and then it's not true, it's not even remotely true to what's going on, and I don't have the right to judge you for anything, but I might judge you a little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
You know what I learned? And it's not a new thing, but I got reminded of it the other day. My mom, she was trying to text me this thing from her old phone, and I was kind of busy at the time, and when I seen her, she basically was like, "Hey, did you get that text that I had sent?" And I was like, "No, I didn't get it," and I kind of just went on doing what I was doing.
Okay.
And in my mind, I was thinking though, then she asked me again, or I was like, "Can you try to send it again?" And then like when I had walked back by her room, she was like, she basically said like, "Did you get it this time?" And I was like, "Nah, like what was it?" And I was, like I said, I was doing something, so I was slightly distracted.
Right.
But in my mind, I'm like, yo, like I'm just trying to go somewhere, like just like stop asking me questions, like we'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
And then I didn't articulate that out loud though. So when I finally went to see like what she had going on, she was trying to send me a picture of my uncle that had passed away. Oh. So like that kind of like let me know like it's extremely important, one, to just wait out situations, but we don't have to articulate all of our thoughts.
No,
because sometimes like you'll end up looking stupid, like in that case, where like if I was like, "Mom, like what do you like?" You know, if I got frustrated at her or whatever, she'd be like, "Yo, I'm just trying to send you a picture of your uncle." So and so like going back to that situation, I just think like sometimes our thoughts can stay in our head and we can kind of like work them out in real time, but they don't have to be shown to the world.
Yeah, they don't got to be so concurrent too. Like what I've learned too in regards with women is that like this happens with women and men, but sometimes if you're dealing with a girl and something happens and the situation seems fishy, or you see her around some other dude or something's going on, sometimes as men or just as people, we could be reactionary and be like, "So who was that? Like, are you going over there with them? Are you doing this? Da, 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 da." You don't do that. You need to like collect yourself. You need to relax. You need to not just assume that she's doing something wrong.
Yeah.
And give her an opportunity to explain what's going on, because this is what can happen. You might be like, "Who is that? What's going on over there? And what were you doing here?" She might just tell you, "Oh yeah, I was working on this with my cousin. It's my first cousin on so-and-so side. We're just working on this." And then you learn that she's doing something normal. But as men, or I won't say this as men, but sometimes there's people who could be, insecure at moments, will just jump to something else. So it's better to let things process first.
Especially like if you have a dynamic when, like you were saying, you kind of laid that foundation as far as like, "Hey, I used to talk to this person. This person just texted me." Because it'd be so like even, like living in Bakersfield, for instance, like, like me personally, I have family that I don't talk to regularly, but if somebody just called me out of the blue and like, "Hey, can you like, I got a wedding this weekend, can you shoot it for me?" And I may have not seen them in 5-6 years, but it's my female cousin that I, know from, and it just, if you jump into conclusions, it just looks bad.
It looks bad. And now the person you're with or whomever you're dating, they'll be like, "Man, who am I dating? Well, what they're doing this to me." You have to learn, because trust me, I've had moments where I was doing shit like that, and I had to check myself.
Yeah,
luckily I had enough self-awareness to be like, "Hey, that's not cool."
Yeah,
the
way I look at it, like, man, I'm not a cheater, and I'm just a pure person. I also do have instincts. So it just is what it is, you know what I mean? And it's gonna be sad. You might cry, you might be frustrated, you're gonna break up with your girl, or however you deal with it. But like, I'm just letting it come to me. I'm not 100%. I'm not going out there just like thinking that every woman is a cheater.
In regards to the topic too, like I mentioned earlier, you should never make it to the point where you're looking through phones. You should your intuition and your life experience should be good enough for you to just say, "Hey, you know what? this person's hot and cold. They got shit going on, and it don't seem right, and this ain't good. I need to step away from this.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have to come down to you looking through the person you dating. You look through her phone, and there's a video of her sucking dick.
Right. It was. I'm listening to Will Smith's audiobook I was telling you about, and there's a moment in the book where he's dating this girl from Philadelphia, and this is around the time when him and Jazzy Jeff are like, working on their rapping and stuff. So he's just a rapper right now, and he goes on tour, I think, or something like that, and he's kind of built a life with this girl. So he goes on tour, and he was like basically saying like before that he's a very instinctual person. So he goes on tour and he comes back home, and his girl is there, and his girl's aunt is there, and they're cooking and stuff like that. And he was like, basically immediately when I walked in, I could realize that something was off. Like I just had some feeling. And then they kind of started watching the movie, and he was like, she was just acting very different. Like she was laughing a little too much at my jokes and just kind of overdoing it. And then he just got up and said like, "Yo, you've been cheating on me, huh?" And then she just burst into tears, and it was a whole thing. Yeah. But that's kind of like what we're talking about as far as like having those instincts. Like you just know something is a little bit different.
Not just that, when you've led from the front, like as men, you have to lead from the front, and you have to be transparent and honest, because you set the tone for the amount of honesty that's going to be in that relationship. Yeah. So if a girl that hit you up at 2-3 in the morning and you too afraid to tell your girl that, I used to fuck her. You can say, you don't really got to say I used to fuck her 7 months ago. You can say, chick, I was
dicking her down back in the day.
Yeah, I was getting deep in there. I was giving her an extra inch from the clap. No, but if you just say, me and this girl, we used to talk like 7 months ago. She texted me at 2 in the morning, but that's how I was when I was single, And I said, but I just texted her, letting her know I'm talking to someone now, and it's serious. And then if you tell a girl that, like, if she gets mad at you for telling her that, then she could just leave.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you, most men are not going to be transparent because they're too afraid of how you going to react.
That's unfortunate, because you should have that space to be that honest.
Oh, yeah, because here's the thing. I'm honest with you about that situation, but I guarantee you're not going to be honest with me about the guys that like your picture that used to have you up at 2 in the morning. Mm-hmm. It's dudes that's liking photos that, send you a text here and there that y'all had a sexual relationship, but you're not going to be transparent about that.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, that's just how most people are. Yeah. And these cell phones hide so much shit.
We got so many apps.
Too many apps.
So many social medias.
Yeah. And my thing is this, like, I think with me, I feel secure enough within myself of how I would handle things. But if you're dealing with any woman that is, average or above looking, she has suitors, bro. She has a lot of suitors. But between all of them, she would need to ultimately determine that you're valuable enough that she wouldn't play no games with you.
Yeah. But also, like, I think a high value woman has a lot of suitors, but she be weeding them out quick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's a great point.
So maybe at any given time, it may be like 1 or 2 potential guys that she's communicating with.
The higher value woman, what happens is that she finds a guy she really likes. There's things about him that separates him from all the dudes that's trying to get at her.
Yeah.
So even if a dude try to come out of like, we hang out, she'll be like, oh, okay, oh, that's cool. All right, you have a good one. And she'll just walk off.
Yeah.
She just won't give him no energy, like none. And that's the thing, man. That's the thing with high value, good women. Because I've seen women like this too. They'd be like, hey, I was wondering if I get you. Nah, I got a man. Sorry. Like, I see you though, but just take my number. Nah, I don't need your number either. It's cool. You have a good night. But thank you. I appreciate the compliment. I've seen women do that. I've seen women literally that be so down for their man that when a dude come at them like, you so beautiful, you can take my number. No, I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah. Just take that with you though. Like that's that's a guy thinks you're attractive, Yeah,
you can
and that's where it
stops. Yeah. Exactly. She was like, I appreciate the compliment, but thank you, and just walk right off. But I've seen a ton of women like, like, hey, just take my number. She's like, all right.
I can't give you my number, but you can follow me on Instagram.
Oh, that's the worst. That's the worst. You giving as a woman or just as a person in a relationship, that Instagram shit is allowing too much access. That's just like having a phone number.
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, I have a boyfriend, but you can follow me on Instagram. We could be friends. And it's like, there's no reason for you to interact.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be interacting with somebody. Because all they going to do is if you a person that got a bunch of pictures of your boyfriend or girlfriend up, and then all of a sudden they get deleted.
Yeah.
We all know what's going on.
He in there fast.
We know what's going on.
Yeah.
People like, dang, it's a crazy day to be single, right?
Yeah. Ukraine and Russia, man.
Ukraine and Russia. I want to crush it. Yeah. All right. Switching gears. Recently, let's see here. Joy Behar and Jon Cena basically had some tone-deaf moments in the response to Ukraine. Let me go ahead and read this article here. Joy Behar worries Russian invasion of Ukraine might impact her Italian vacation. And I literally can't believe Joy Behar said this. This is in quote. It says, during an episode of The View, the 79-year-old co-host expressed her concerns over the Ukrainian crisis as it pertains to her upcoming travel plans to Western Europe. On Thursday, February 24th, Russian tanks rode into country's capital of Kyiv, and armed forces slowly started to make their way into the city as Russian President Vladimir Putin had declared war on neighboring country. Moderator Whoopi Goldberg kicked off the discussion on the situation in Ukraine, calling it the crisis so disheartening. She added, the people of Russia, they don't want this war. Putin wants it because he's trying to hold on, right? I might as well give them, fuck it. Did it last week. Let's turn it on.
Estimates are 50,000 Ukrainians will be dead or wounded, and that this is going to start a humanitarian crisis, a refugee crisis in Europe. We're talking about 5 million people that are going to be displaced. I mean, it's heartbreaking to hear what is going to happen.
Well, I'm scared of what's going to happen in Western Europe too.
Yeah.
You know, you plan a trip, you want to go there. I want to go to Italy for 4 years. I haven't been able to make it because of the pandemic, and now this. You know, it's like what's going to happen there?
Yeah.
That was probably the most tone-deaf and non-empathetic statement.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, man. And it's like, it's not out of context. You really feel that way.
That's the first thing that she said out of her mouth.
That's nuts.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's nuts. And then that situation is bad, right? But we'll put these both together so it'll make sense. Because also Jon Cena made a very tone-deaf tweet. And this is what Jon Cena said. Jon Cena sparks backlash after using Russian invasion of Ukraine to promote HBO show. The professional wrestler and actor Jon Cena sparked backlash online after appearing to use the ongoing Russian invasion of Ukraine to promote a TV show. Cena posted on social media that if he could become a titular hero persona Peacemaker from his HBO show, now would be the time. So the show is called Peacemaker, okay? Just for context. And this is what Jon Cena tweeted. If I could somehow summon the powers of a real life #Peacemaker, I think this would be a great time to do so, right? And basically, Peacemaker is a television show on HBO Max following the adventures of titular character, a brash and gymnastic soldier committed to propagating peace, even though the use of extreme violence. So, but the thing about it, he put #Peacemaker, so it was a shameless plug, and it was to promote a fucking HBO show. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of these celebrity / people with platforms don't realize how fucking tone deaf they can be, and it's ridiculous. And what was the girl's name that did the speech or the little poem?
I don't know her name.
Fuck. She basically, damn it, I forgot her name, but she was basically saying like, I know that if I was your mother, she was talking to Putin, if I was your mother, I would hold you in my arm and squeeze you to my bosoms and so and so. And it's like, you act like that's supposed to do something. Some of these celebrities are delusional.
Yeah.
They're delusional, and they live in a world where they think that they could just say anything. It's like, motherfucker, this ain't going to stop shit.
Does Putin speak English?
I believe he does. I believe he does. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure. I don't know if people are coming to him with this type of shit.
I don't know if that makes it to him.
It doesn't make it. He's like, don't fucking tell me about this shit. I have bombing to do. Do not fucking come to tell me this. Don't not tell me about Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg, black woman. Stay away from me. Yeah, but yeah, it's tone deaf that you talk about a fucking vacation, and it's a potential of a World War III. If certain lines get crossed, we could be in an all out World War III. You know,
Some people think it already started.
Yeah, some people think it did. And then you got fucking Putin out here. Putin is like some old school. He's like, this shit is like, war is such an antiquated, just ran down, worn out thing to do. Yeah. It just seems out of place in 2022 to go in a place with tanks and start shooting missiles at people. That just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You're just creating destruction. That's all you want to do. Mm-hmm. It doesn't make any sense. This is some old school Hitler shit. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Now, I think that, what's her name? Joe Bayer?
Joy
Bayer?
Behar.
I think what I will say is that that's a genuine feeling, and I can understand somebody wanting to have gone on vacation or see the world, over the past 4 years or whatever. The issue that she's having is that, like I said before, just keep it inside of your head. Not the microphone or a TV show, television network, audiences, whatever, they don't need to know all the things that are floating around inside of your head. Because this is a real life situation. Like, people are really dying out here. Especially people over there in Europe, they are very stressed out, right now. And I just think that there's just no space for you to implement or to insert your personal feelings that have nothing to do with the war. When I think about this situation, I think about when Chadwick Boseman died, and there were the normal empathetic person. They were like, oh my gosh, like, I feel for his family. He was such a great actor. He was, he stood for so many different things. People were telling personal stories and all this stuff, right? And then there were like the people that were like, oh, what about Black Panther 2? Like, what are we going to do? What is Disney going to do? Is he going to get replaced? Are they going to make another movie? Like, and it's just like, yo, this is just not the time.
Yeah, you jump right to the fucking movie, man.
Yeah, it's just not the time for that. Let people grieve. Let people, do their due diligence as far as learning about him as a person, and just leave it at that. Maybe in the future we can talk about Black Panther 2, but not when he just passed away. And even like, there was a moment, like, for my music, right? I have a song called Shots Part 2, and the most streams that I get for most of my music comes from Russia. So I have like people that'll
Ukraine or Russia?
Russia.
Okay.
So I have people that will message me from Russia, and a couple guys that that follow me on Instagram, and they'll do like DJ scratches, or there was one guy that was just playing the song driving down the street and stuff like that. So it'd be like dope stuff that people will send me from Russia. And then like just last week, I got email from Apple Music, and it says like, hey, you reached 500 listens from the Ukraine. And crazy. Me being a slightly twisted comedian, I guess, I was like, oh dang, I started this war because of my song. But I was going to articulate that in some way, shape, or form on Instagram. Yeah. But what I realized is that, one, we have a growing platform, and I know this is going to be, a huge podcast one day, and our brands, our personal brands, are also going to be huge. So when I thought about it, I was like, nah, I'm not even going to joke about this, because it is, one, it may be taken out of context when it's just on Instagram or whatever. Mm-hmm. Two, I'm moving in a way where I want to be. Like, I'm moving in a way right now, like I have a blue check. So I know if I posted that and I had a blue check, it would be one of those headlines. Mm-hmm. And three, it's just insensitive because, like I said, there are people that I have on my Instagram that are from those countries. So I just have to, like it just can just stay in your head, or it can be a personal conversation.
Yeah.
If Joy was just like, hey, after they yell cut, her and Whoopi Goldberg and back at the thing, like,
no problem.
Yeah, like, dang, I was planning to go to Italy, man, and this war is broken out now.
Every conversation ain't for everybody.
Yeah.
I could see the rebuttal to Keith, like after he would say that, like if he posted that thing on there, it would be like a blog would write like idiotic podcaster Keith Fingers decided to make fun of the Ukrainian crisis.
Yeah.
Seems like he won't be having a podcast soon. He may get canceled in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like people that write these blogs, they write like shit just like this.
They're like putting your death in the headlines.
Yeah. You get if you get big enough doing anything, people hate you. Mm-hmm. There are people who love you and the people that hate you. And there's people who hate love you. Like they hate listen because they hate you and they're looking for any moment to take things out of context.
It's almost not even worth sharing an opinion on social media. Like
Right.
unless you have something like well thought out, or you have a platform or a space to really articulate something, it's not even worth putting it on social media.
No.
Because one, you're giving it away for free, and then two, you're not giving it like, you're making it easy for somebody to hate what you're saying.
Exactly.
So, Kendrick Lamar's song, like, all right, there's references to police and, killing police and stuff like that. When a person hears that, they got to do some real research. Like, they got to get on Spotify, they got to play the record, they got to listen to the lyrics, they got to, form an opinion about that. But sometimes when you're just putting those things on Twitter, you're just making it easy for somebody to just screenshot it real quick, quote you in the article, and then write a crazy headline, and then get people riled up.
Yeah. Fox News did that with him because they had after he had he did We Gonna Be All Right. I think it was, I don't know if it was on the BET Awards or somewhere else. He was like,
he put that in the DNA. Tommy Lahren, she had a
she's like, and here's the lyrics, and we hate Po want to see us dead in the streets for show. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a terrorist.
That's wild.
Yeah. The biggest issue I have with people is like me. Okay, for example, me and Keith, we're kind of on the outside of the conversation regarding Ukraine and Russia. We don't act like specialists or historians or people who are very well versed in this conversation. Me and Keith did some research, but we're not like immersed in it. You know what I mean? But I hate when people from outside of some like, let's say, hip hop culture, like Ben Shapiro was talking about WAP, like doesn't make any sense. Why? What's going on with WAP? Your body's not supposed to produce that much fluid. I don't understand. It's like, you don't even listen to this type of music, dude. Like, shut up.
You also don't have clap cleats, so you can't get it that way.
Yeah, Ben Shapiro, get some clap cleats, man. Yeah, he's like, my wife never has a problem with her. Sounds like a vaginal discharge to me. I don't really know what's going on.
The craziest part, it'd be like wives in very long-term relationships that are not being satisfied.
Exactly.
And it's a guy like that. Like, why? Pussies aren't supposed to be wet. What's wrong with that?
No. And then the moment you get a divorce, and then I'm licking your wife's vagina, now you're gonna know why she probably was that dissatisfied.
Exactly. Yeah.
He's like, I don't go down on women. Your mouth is not supposed to be on a vagina. Okay, man, keep not eating your wife's pussy. Keep not doing it. And the first dude to do it, that's when this is gonna
change her life. Huh?
It's gonna change her life.
That's funny.
Then she'll go to clapcleats.com and use trucker code trucker69 for a 15% discount.
Yeah.
Okay, Ben Shapiro. But yeah, man, I just think everything's not for everyone. Sometimes you need to just internalize some shit.
Yeah, man.
Just don't fucking say it, man.
It'd be so many times, even in like text message conversations or thinking about posting something on Twitter or whatever. Like, I just find myself, and I've always done this, but I just find myself writing something out, seeing how it sounds. If it don't flow right, just delete it, close the app.
Yeah, that's true. It's just no point. I don't want to beat this over the head. It's just more or less. It's just kind of it just kind of bothered me when I seen she said that. She was fucking complaining over a first world problem
Yeah.
You got a first world problem, and you're talking about, I'm not going to be able to take my trip. If I was on the stage with her, I'd have been like, hey, man, don't nobody give a fuck about your trip.
Yeah.
You know? But
how could you even say that? That's
how
wild.
could you say that? Yeah. Like,
I'm the type of person that would check somebody for saying that.
yeah,
like,
exactly.
Not even in a bad
Yeah.
way, but I would just be like, yo, that's not really the time to say that.
You could like, how could you say this? You could respectfully shut somebody down, and it's worse. It's worse than going off on them. Like if you say something like that, I'll just be like, I don't really think your trip is even worth discussing at this moment. It's like, well, no, I didn't mean it like that. I just saying, like, I was trying to say, I was like, okay, I just interpreted it as if you mentioned that you couldn't go, you were frustrated because you couldn't go on a vacation. So yeah, I just overall, I don't know if that's pertinent information at this time.
Yeah.
You know what I
There's
mean?
people dying out here.
Yeah.
And we on the verge of something that could be deadly for everybody in the world.
Exactly.
He was vacation. Come on, dog.
He mentioned something about putting somebody on high alert for nuclear weapons recently, within like the last 7 hours.
Who?
Putin.
Oh, they said like the radiation levels have been rising and stuff like that. So who knows, man? This is I think for me, I'm a person that is not very into like the whole foreign affairs and stuff like that.
Right.
But I'm still not gonna act like I'm really tapped in, but I'm definitely doing my due diligence because, like I said, I know people that, not that we have like close relationships, but I talk to a few people here and there that are in different countries and people that are in America from different countries. So in the European countries, Asian countries, so they have an opinion on what's going on, and that's affecting everybody over there, and in turn it's affecting us. So I think I'm just trying to and I like I said, I don't want to come off as this person that is like really tapped in, but I'm doing my due diligence as a person just to ease my mind, I guess.
It's going to be some shit changing here, though. They're going to start seeing, like, I think one of the last things that was holding up in this economy was the Wendy's 4 for $4, but I think it's about to be gone. I think we ain't going to get no more Wendy's 4 for $4, man. And if we do get a 4 for $4, they only got 4 nuggets in the meal. I mean, we can't knock off any more nuggets, man. We're only getting 4 nuggets right now.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, Wendy's, hang on there, man. Mm-hmm. And like literally, this may be a joke, but little shit like that changes, man.
It do be the small stuff.
Yeah, they don't even got a double decker taco at Taco Bell no more. They took that shit off the menu.
Yeah. I remember the double decker.
That shit will fill you up though.
Mm-hmm. I used to smack the double decker.
Yeah, you get like 2 of them. Get like the only thing I eat at Taco Bell, and I don't really fuck with Taco Bell at all, but the only thing I get from there is the chalupas and that double decker.
You know what I've been getting? Like, and it's not super, super healthy, but when I be trying to not eat no chalupas or something, I get like the power bowls.
Yeah, I already know. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Only problem with those bowls is they're full of salt.
Super salty.
Yeah, you can taste the salt. Mm-hmm. You'd be like, God damn.
Yeah.
Those beans are salty as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
It's like salt with a pinch of beans.
Basically. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You trying to kill me, motherfucker?
Yeah.
Talk about trying to take you out with high blood pressure, man. Look, if I was about to drop this joke, I ain't even gonna say it. I ain't even gonna say it, man.
About to get canceled.
Yeah, it's been too much. It would have been a Jon Cena moment. No, you ain't getting me.
Comedy.
Yeah. All right. Switching gears. We'll close it out. But we basically kind of highlighted it a little bit, but the Russian and Ukraine debacle going on. I don't know how much the United States should get involved. I think we got involved as much as we're going to be, though. I would say that. Because if you think about it, we've sent a bunch of different weapons. I think a bunch of countries have sent weapons, though. Mm-hmm. We've like overly saturated them with like weapons and shit like that, as of what I know now, and a bunch of sanctions. Mm-hmm. But I think that might be as far as we're going.
I don't think so. I think that it's a power trip in a sense.
Yeah.
Like, there is I guess a historical context to the relationship between the Ukraine and Russia.
Yeah.
And then also it's like a, what you call it, like a cockfight in a sense. Like Putin is like, if we take over the Ukraine, I think even how it looks to everyone else. Yeah. So if because Putin doesn't seem like the person that's just going to stop there. He may try to go into some other places, or other countries might take that as look at that as an opportunity to take over certain countries that they used to have control over.
That's what Hitler was trying to do. Actually, he was actively doing it.
That's what I'm saying. So we only know as much as we know right now, but it may be a more grandiose plan at the end of the day. So that's why I think everyone is kind of playing it by ear right now. But if it gets out of hand, I think that other countries will start stepping in.
Yeah, but he made a statement saying if you try to intervene, you will feel something that you've never felt in your history.
Yeah.
And to me, that statement is what stood out with this whole thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, I just don't know if this the guy to fuck with right now. Mm-hmm. I really don't. Like, Putin is a motherfucker. He's an old school, like an old school Hitler motherfucker. Like, and he probably has no issue dropping a nuke somewhere. Mm-hmm. He strikes me as the type of person where, like, we've already have issues with our elections being infiltrated in some way. Mm-hmm. But I think the Russian government could infiltrate more than just that. Mm-hmm. I feel like Putin strikes me as a motherfucker that might have a missile in the middle of Los Angeles somewhere. Mm-hmm. Like, he literally strikes me as a motherfucker that would get dirty and do a terrorist attack or some shit. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Some people say, well, no, he wouldn't do that. I don't think they would ever attack us on our soil. Some people said America is unpenetrable or whatever, and it's like, I don't believe that.
Impenetrable.
Yeah, I don't think that that's true at all.
I mean, we had planes crash into the Twin Towers.
Exactly. There's always a new way. By the way, that was not the
Pentagon too.
Yeah, the Pentagon too. But that's not the first time they tried to knock the Twin Towers down. Mm-hmm. So they had drove some trucks with bombs in them back in the early '90s, and it ended up thudding them out. Mm-hmm. Don't quote me on that, but that's what I do remember. I don't know if you remember that. Mm-mm. You don't?
In the early 90s? I don't remember much about
Oh, fuck, you wasn't around yet.
Yeah, I was like, not me. But
Keith was a sperm. Hi, my name is Keith. I'm a sperm.
That's funny. But yeah, it's an interesting thing. I think that it's like have you, and I don't want this to be like 2022 homophobic or whatever, but have you ever played the game Smear to Queer?
Yeah, that's an old game.
Yeah. But you know how it is, basically it'd be like a football or whatever, and it's like whoever got it, they get tackled and stuff like that. I think that's how I kind of look at this Russian invasion into Ukraine. Everyone is just kind of not wanting to touch the football, and they know that anybody that jumps in is just going to be pandemonium. So, yeah.
Yes, very. Okay, here it is here. So it says 1993. There it is. But the famed symbolism also made the Twin Towers targets of 2 terrorist attacks. The first took place on February 26, 1993. That day, a van loaded with approximately 1,200 pounds of explosives was driven into the public parking garage beneath the World Trade Center. The blast from the bomb created a crater several stories deep in the below ground levels of the complex and killed 6 people. Though carried out by a different group of extremists than the 9/11 attacks, the 1993 World Trade Center bombing occurred within the broader context of an emerging radical Islamic ideology and foreshadowed the much larger assault 8 years later. So yeah, I was right. They attempted to fucking do it, and then the worst one with a van or not U-Haul, but what's the other companies that do it too? It's U-Haul, and what's the other ones, the moving companies? God damn it.
I don't know.
Hertz is another company that has it. I think it was Timothy McVeigh. Mm-hmm. Are you familiar with Timothy McVeigh? Mm-mm. Jesus Christ, man.
Bro, you telling me stuff in the 90s. I'm like, dog, I don't remember this.
Okay. McVeigh, domestic terrorist responsible for 1995 Oklahoma City bombing that killed 168 people, 19 of whom were children, and injured more than 680 and destroyed 1/3 of Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building. So this motherfucker drove, I think he had a Hertz truck, I believe. He filled that motherfucker up with bombs.
Where is he from?
Fuck. I don't know. June 2001, age 33. Yeah, they killed this punk ass. Execution by lethal injection. He was a veteran too. He's a war veteran, man.
Oh, he's American. What the heck?
Yeah, McVeigh saw.
We're talking about foreign attacks, though.
No, but he had a fucking bomb. The same thing they try to do. He actually did it.
Yeah, but I'm saying like we're in the context of the conversation, we're talking about foreign attacks by Russia.
Yeah, it's terrorism, and domestic terrorism, the same shit.
Yeah, but you said that the context of you bringing those up was about Putin having a bomb in LA or something like that.
No, I'm just saying, like, what I'm saying is he said, I'm basing it off a statement he's made. Mm-hmm. The statement was, you will feel something you've never felt in your history if you get involved, which who knows what that means. And also, when you give a guy like Putin has thought this shit through. He's not just going to do something and, and not have a backup plan.
Yeah.
I feel like Putin can get down and dirty. I feel like he's the type of motherfucker that would have a missile in the middle of Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. And he would be like, America, if you don't, then there would be a lot of people hurt if you intervene. Mm-hmm. So it's like we've intervened, but we haven't intervened yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we've intervened by giving like resources and sanctions so far from what I've seen. But us actually like, I think we have troops, but they only so far. I can't remember where they're at.
Yeah, I don't know where they're at either. But it also could just be talk, Yeah. I would hope that we aren't afraid of Russia.
Yeah, it don't gotta be us being afraid, but
that's what I'm saying. Like if we're not acting because he said that it's going to be something catastrophic like you've never seen before, and that's the only reason we're not doing anything, I think that kind of shows a sign of weakness.
Yeah, but the sign of weakness sometimes it's not. Look, at the end of the day, it's not always important to intervene. Also, sometimes the strongest thing you could do is not get involved.
But this is bigger than just like Russia taking over the Ukraine. This has real world ramifications.
Yeah, that's true.
So
we can't just sit back and let a motherfucker do this.
Yeah,
the same way we intervened with Hitler.
We're not, as a world. If you have the ability to stop some sort of like, and this could be almost considered a genocide depending on how you look at it.
Pretty much.
Where there was like a promise made in, I don't know, maybe the UN or something like that, where they basically said that we will not allow any more, genocides to happen. So, and that happened obviously after the Holocaust and whatnot.
Yes.
So like, in no way, shape, or form is one of the strongest countries in the world just going to sit on their hands and watch everything unfold.
But I think Ukraine is not a part of NATO.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't know that, but still, it's a genocide. It doesn't matter like who.
Yeah,
it could be an African country, and they will still try to step in.
Yeah, that's true. That's 100% true. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure. I think we're gonna step up a little later.
Yeah, it'll probably take some time.
It'll take some time.
You gotta see how things unfold.
Yeah, probably in a few years we'll just send Captain America out there, have him figured out.
No, we'll probably send Jon Cena.
Johnson.
I'm the peacemaker.
What he used to do, Jon Cena? Can't see me. Time is now. Oh, dang, that'd be crazy. Imagine if all of a sudden Jon Cena come up with that music, and then Putin looking around like, what the fuck is this? Who the fuck sent him here? Please, don't send Jon Cena out of me, please. Oh, I just want to eat beef stroganoff and mind my business. I just eat beef stroganoff and just try to be dictator behind my back. I do not know why you do this to me. Oh man, you ever had beef stroganoff before?
Hamburger Helper.
Oh, that should be good.
Yeah,
but I'm since I don't support Russia, I'm not eating no beef stroganoff right now.
What are we not eating? What foods that we get from Russia?
Nothing.
That we got to cancel.
Right now it's just like Smirnoff and shit like that, like vodkas.
Yeah.
Yeah, get that off.
Wiener Schnitzel is Germany, huh?
Yeah, that's Germany. So we can still support Hitler. I mean, Wiener
Whoa.
Schnitzel. No, I'm not.
Volkswagens.
Wiener Schnitzel.
We could still ride the Volkswagens.
That'll be crazy. That'll be nuts, man. Wiener Schnitzel. I wonder how long they've been around.
I don't know.
And what the fuck is a schnitzel? That's a good question.
And maybe it's a name.
That'd be nuts. They'd be like, come. And what's weird is Wiener Schnitzel's down the street from my house. I don't never fucking go there. And Wiener Schnitzel's actually not nasty.
Yeah, I be going there every now and then. I'll pop up. I always get the beef hot dogs.
Really? Them motherfuckers good, but the
Chili dogs.
Okay, let's see. Wiener Schnitzel serving. Okay. What's the website? Let me see when it started. Hold on, cuz. Ain't popped it up. I'm just curious. Sometimes I'll be looking stuff up, trying to figure out what's what. 1938.
1938.
The first Wiener Schnitzel was founded by former Taco Bell employee. Whoa. Whoa.
This one say, Wikipedia say 1961.
Really? Mm-hmm. 1961? Founded California 1961, 61 years ago. In Irvine, California. Okay, I see it. Yeah, it said 1938. It says Taco Bell employee John Gallardi. Taco Bell been around that long, though?
1938?
Yeah.
God dang. I wonder what, yeah, that's crazy.
How the fuck?
First one is.
Remember they voted Taco Bell the best Mexican restaurant in the United States?
Yeah, I remember that.
That's so fucking tone deaf.
Yeah, that's wild.
How you just gonna treat Mexicans like that, yo? You just steal the whole culture and then fucking turn around and make Taco Bell the best Mexican restaurant.
That's disrespectful.
Yeah, that's wild, yo.
Glenn Bell.
Oh, his name is What did it say? The year 1938?
1938 is when John Gallardi was born.
Oh,
That's when John Gallardi was founded.
Oh, yeah. Dang, that's nuts.
The age of 19, first job from. Yeah, that's crazy. That's been around for a minute.
Yeah, man. I be wondering. I think El Pollo Loco has a history like that. I think theirs started in like the 70s or something. 1975. Yep, it all began in Guasave, Sinaloa, Mexico. See, this is a real Mexican company.
They come from Mexico. That's what's up.
At least it's a real Mexican company, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But the Taco Bell, they get the best Mexican restaurant in America. They don't even make real tacos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should do. They would throw a curveball in the game if they had some real good street tacos.
Ooh,
that'd be fire.
Ooh, yeah.
And they would be cheap too. I'd be over there every day.
Yeah. It all began in Guasave, Sinaloa, Mexico in 1975. A young man, an enterprising man with a dream and love for fire grilled chicken, Pancho Ochoa, sold everything and opened the first El Pollo Loco in the shell of his former shoe store.
That's
wow.
Shout out
Shoes
to him.
and tacos?
A real entrepreneur.
Zapatos and tacos? Sign me up, bro.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, not too much more to mention on this. There's always a whole bunch of updates involving Ukraine.
Yeah, prayers to Ukraine too, man.
Yeah, man. It's a
Hope everyone's safe out there.
It's a whole lot of shit. The only thing I will say in regards to the United States stepping up or whatever is it's kind of tough for us to be the moral police when we got so much motherfucking blood on our hands too.
Yeah. I don't think this is about being morally correct. It's just about like saving people's lives.
That's true, but we've been bombing weddings and shit.
Yeah. I mean, if somebody stepped up and fought us, I would understand too.
Yeah, yeah. Russia invades Ukraine live. This is 13 minutes ago. Fuck, dude.
There was some videos of guys hugging their wives and stuff as they basically went off to try to save their country. It was pretty sad.
Yeah, man. They was arming regular citizens with guns and bombs.
That's wild.
They would talk about people who love their country. People in America love talking about, I love my country. I fight for it if I had to.
One other dynamic that a lot of people aren't thinking about is all of us have some relatives that are in the military in some way, shape, or form. So, you know, it's a real thing. I know my some of my cousins are in the military, and you know they're kind of wrapping their mind around potentially going overseas.
It says Putin orders Russian nuclear deterrence forces on high alert. Ukraine and Russia delegations to meet. What?
That's crazy to be at war, but also meeting.
Yeah, but see, this is the problem with war. Why it's so antiquated. Like, first off, wars usually start between a war of words between men, and now you got a bunch of innocent men, women going to war, fighting and dying. Mm-hmm. It's like, Putin, why don't you and the fucking Ukrainian president just fucking get down in the ring and fight?
Yeah, and then whoever loses gets the country.
Yeah, I get the country and beef stroganoff, and you could just back off of Vladimir.
Yeah.
Vladimir is a fucking sick fuck, though. That guy.
And their finest women, that'd be a dope addition.
A what?
The finest women from Ukraine or Russia.
What about it?
As part of the reward.
Part of the reward?
Yeah.
It's like you get Natasha. Yeah, man. All right. Well, I mean, not a whole lot else to say here, man. Hopefully we don't have any more updates about this fucking shit, but I'm sure we will.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Head to the streets.
Yeah. Well, if you made
to the streets.
Yeah, if you made it to the end of this podcast, we appreciate you. Thank you for listening to a Trucker's Mind podcast. I'm Eddie McGee.
It's your boy K Things.
We're out of here.
Peace.